Alright, hello Blood Bowl fans. We're going to have a look at the Steel divisions for Season 6 of the ICBBL because we've just finished drawing. Well, we haven't just finished drawing, it was a couple of days ago, but I'm a bit behind. I'm going to have a look at some of these new coaches, some of these new teams, and see what's going down in the main opening league of the ICBBL, where anybody can join. All of these teams are going to be rookie, and some of the coaches, a lot of the coaches are going to be coaches that I don't know, haven't had a chance to play, haven't had the pleasure of playing yet. But there are also some big names here as well, including some of the guys from Gold. So let's have a look and see what we can see. There are 4 divisions. Division A, Division B, Division C, Division D. Each division has 6 teams, and each division, 1 or 2 from each division will go up into the playoff. Probably 1 this season, because last season the playoff took way too long. So we're looking at an 8-man playoff at the end of it all, with the top 4 and the second top 4, I guess. That'll be the way that we do it this season. Let's have a look at the teams then. Alright then, having a look at Division A, all the teams have actually accepted their tickets. Well done guys, that's fantastic news. Let's have a look what we got here. We got 2 lots of Necromantic, a Khemri team, yay, a Lizard team, some High Elves, and some Nurgle. Oops, High Elves, that's not a nice place to be. Not with all these teams that are going to bash you to death. But you are going to be the agility team, so a good chance of at least outscoring these teams. Let's start off with the Necromantic team, Dead and Loving It, from Urban Zorro, one of my favourite guys to play against, and one of my biggest rivalries, second only to Fallen Glory I think, because we've played each other less competitively. Urban Zorro is the coach that takes on the conscripted peasants, those peasants that foul every team to death, and now we're having a look at Dead and Loving It, which I believe actually has one of his, one of his yeomen as the monster in this team. As the monster, as the golem. There we go, that's what I wanted to say. So, Urban Zorro, team value 980, rookie team of course. Let's have a look. He's gone for 3 team rerolls, and Rob's only mostly dead. Yes, that is Rob the Slob, his old blocker from his Bretonian team, who died last season. So now he's a flesh golem. We got 1 flesh golem, 2 werewolves, 2 whites, no ghouls, well done, and all of his names that are based on fallen icons from the rock and, well, music world in general, basically. Not just music world, actually, of all kind of celebrities. He likes to make names that have some kind of double meaning, of course. So, pretty standard setup if you don't want a ghoul, and 3 team rerolls is obviously pretty huge. He could take a cheerleader, a necromancer, and a coach assistant if he wants to, with his 2000, though maybe he's better off saving it for a 12 piece. No, I'd take a cheerleader and a coach assistant personally, but I don't know, Urban Zorro doesn't usually take these kind of things. So, let's have a look at my personal favourites here. Is the personal favourite here? No, he's not, but we do have Debbie Mercury, that's quite a nice one. Alan R.I.P. Man, and Amy Whitehouse is a very clever one. I do like that one a lot. Hasn't taken a sponsor yet, and obviously hasn't played, and obviously there's no history, so I don't know why I'm looking at that. Won't do that again, sorry. That's Urban Zorro, Team 1. Next up we got these High Elves, who are probably not in a place where they want to be, but at least they have the colour that won't show the blood too badly on their armour. Team value 1000. And we've gone for Narful 70 with skin diseases. Interesting name for a high elf team, but alright, let's have a look what we got. We got 3 team rerolls again, so he's gone for a slightly nerfed lineup. Yes, he has. He's gone for 8 linemen, 2 blitzers, and a thrower, which I think is pretty popular as a choice. Leaves him no gold for Apothecary, but maybe Apothecary is coming after game 1, or at least that's the hope. Hopefully not too many of these pieces will be knocked out in the first game. Though, like I say, well, if he's lucky and gets the hybrid teams, the 2 necro teams first, maybe he won't get hurt too badly. And he's gone for mostly horrible diseases, so that's interesting. Nice. Having a look at the club, have we taken a sponsor? No. Nope. Not taking enough sponsors in this group. That's the second team in Division A. Next we have some lizards, the uncancelled scalebound Lizards for the maybe win. Well, that's modest. Very nice. Pretty standard setup here. All the Sorai, the Skinks, and the Crocs. I don't even have to look at the team roster, but I will do. And this is led by Dranrab, a coach who I'm not familiar with. I don't think he's new. Maybe he is, but I think he's been here for a season. I may be wrong about that, though, so don't quote me on that. But I don't recognize the coach. So, yep, standard setup. The 4 Skink, the 6 Saurus, the Crocs, and 2 team rerolls. Apothecary probably coming next. Again, probably could take Cheerleader and Fan Factor here. Cheerleader and a Coach Assistant, or Fan Factor, that's another option. And what have we gone for here? Eddie Lizard, that's a good one. Elizabeth the First, okay, lovely. Finn Webster, Little Bolt, okay, cool. We've got some interesting names here. Have you taken a sponsor? No. Teams don't usually take sponsors until they get a few games under their belt, I guess. Anyway, that's the 3rd team in Division A. Next we got Kemri, and Kemri is always interesting. Ah, Voxen's gone for Kemri this time. That is going to be interesting to see. I would like to try and catch some of his matches, especially as now he's streaming, and his stream is below, by the way, so if you want to find it, you can find it. Judgment of the Worthy. We are really taking the Egyptian route here, and we shall weigh the worth of your hearts. Yes, against the feather, I'm sure. And he looks like he's gone for a standard team build here as well. I can see both blitzers, I can see both throwers, I can see all 4 tomb guards. Yes. No, I can't see 2 throwers. Okay, I'm making that up. There's only 1. And 2 team rerolls with 1,000 left over. Okay, what have we got here? I see, we're using mostly Egyptian gods. Maybe that will help with the Nuffle, and he has completely mixed up the team just to confuse me and anybody else who is looking at the team, so maybe it's a kind of psychological warfare. If so, it's working on me so far, my man. And he's gone for the more recent faces mostly for the skeletons, which is a shame. I don't like the recent faces as much, but that's fine. Has he taken a sponsor? No, he hasn't. So, we're looking at Kemri. I'd like to see Kemri do well again. Kemri actually made it to the final of Steel Season 5 with our very own Chris J. He did very well. Let's see if Voxen can follow in his footsteps, maybe even go 1 step further. That's Team 4 anyway. Alright, and then we have Hui, who I said in Silver that I hadn't, when I was doing the Pyramid breakdown, that I hadn't played. I have played Gotrek Gunnison. His Wood Wars will go up soon. He is a lot of fun, and he definitely has the sexiest voice in the league, so if you do manage to voice chat with him, make sure you do. It's a real trip. And we have the Rod and Fang runners. Necromantic, again, second Necromantic in this group, team value 1000. 3 team rerolls, and we have some pretty straightforward names. Interesting. I'm looking for something other than simply, obviously Count Dooku is from Star Wars, but otherwise I'm not too good with these kind of names. Maybe they have some kind of obvious link I'm missing, but I can't really see it, so sorry, can't quite get the form there. And still no sponsor, that's a shame. I could be looking at the names actually, I guess. Whoops, wrong team. So, the club is called the Doghouse. Let's have a look at the other clubs very quickly as well, then we'll do that for future ones. Hall of Mart. Dermatology Arena. Yep, we're really going with the diseases there. And the Blood Rolls Bowl. Okay then. That's Team 5, 1 more team to go, and then I'll give you my prediction. And the last team in this division are a Nurgle team. They're in pink and Pixie Dust. I've seen Pixie Dust about, but haven't played him at all. He is brand new to the league, that much I do know for certain. And Num Num Num. Okay, the Nurgle babies. Well, there's some pretty ugly babies, but alright, we'll go with that. 1 Pestigal, 4 Warriors. Yep, standard setup again. 2 team rerolls. And what do we got here? We've got, well, yeah, some of these names I think are taken from the game itself, and then others, yeah, they've been given kind of, well, disease names, along with, yeah, can't really see the link here as well. Maybe they are actually all just named from the game, actually, when I look at this. And the club, the Children's Garden. Okay, is that like kindergarten? Maybe, but that's fine, just a direct translation. So that's 6 teams for this league. When I'm here, let's have a look then. So I always like lizards to go up, but I don't know the coach, so that's an unpredictable one. In terms of coach quality, I like the 2 Necro teams and Camry, but I don't know these 3 coaches, so hard to say. Who was this coach actually? That was Dranrap, yes, okay. I don't know these 3 coaches, so hard to say, but these 3 coaches I do know, and they're all very competent. Now, in terms of team quality, I'm back in Necro in this league, though High Elves, because High Elves just going to get punched so hard, basically. So I'm backing the 2 Necro teams to come up from this league, or at least one of them with the Lizardman. That's my prediction for Division A. Having a look at Division B then, all 6 coaches have taken their ticket again, that's very good. And I can see a couple of coaches that I already know here. We've got Yeshi here, and actually that's the only one I'm sure about. And Rivertown, so here is Chris J as well. Okay, that's some rough competition for the other coaches. Let's start with Chris J and his Rivertown Cheese Monsters then. Chris J is not much of a Skaven coach, it's not his thing. Not much of a Skaven coach is unfair, he played fine, but I mean he's new to Skaven, so he's still learning. Cheese of Life and Rivertown Cheese Monsters. I actually played a friendly against this team, and there it is, with the Orcs. The Orcs managed to win though. And we've gone for 3 Gutters, 2 Storm Vermin, 5 Linemen, and Rat Ogre. Cheese or your life, cake or death. And let's have a look then. 2 team rerolls, and he has taken the Apothecary already. 3 Gutter Runners is a strange build, but I like it actually. It's quite smart, I guess. 2 Storm Vermin and Rat Ogre are essential, I think, in any rat team. Though Gutter Runners, I usually go for 2 myself with a thrower, but he's opted not to have the thrower and taken the 3 Gutters instead, so fair enough. Has he done anything with the club? Yes, he's taken McMurty's as a sponsor. We finally have a sponsor. Good. And converted Dairy Farm. What's it been converted to? I don't think I want to know. So that's our Team 1 for Division B. Next up, a new coach again, Flit Dog. I know he's definitely here first this season. He was one of the late signups. And we've got some Undead with Dead Air. And Death comes to us all. That it does. It looks like it's going to be a trophy collection team mostly. So we've gone for 3 team rerolls, and pretty basic stand-up setup: Ghoul, 2 Whites, 2 Mummies, and then all the zombies. And there's 2 Ghouls. Sorry, there are not enough skeletons in this team. Every undead team needs a lot of skeletons. I think these are mostly taken from the game. Yeah, they are. I think they're all cyanide names actually. And having a look at the club, the Underneath with no sponsor and 3,000 left over. Could save it to buy a skeleton, or probably a zombie. Could do nothing. Fair enough. Then we have Oog, with a surprising choice. He's gone for Dark Elves. That's new. Normally a Skaven coach, has played Wood Elves, now he's trying Dark Elves, different flavors of elves, fair enough. And he's gone for a Witch Elf heavy lineup, and I think mostly linemen. All line. Oh no, there's a Blitzer here. And a Blitzer here. He's probably missing out on a couple of rerolls here, which is unusual for Ook. So, Uber Goffy Hose. Okay, and raking it in. I'm sure you are. With all these sexy dancers, I'm sure you are. And yeah, just the 1 reroll. Cheerleader, Coach Assistant, and Fan Factor, taken 1 of each. And we've gone for 2 Witch Elves, 2 Blitzers, Runner, and then all the linemen. Not really a standard setup for Dark Elves, but it might go in his favour. Kind of sad that he's missing the Assassin. Maybe the Assassin will come in later in the season though. And having a look at the club, used to go here, and Circle of the Happy Serenity. That seems very ironic against Dark Elves, but sure thing. That's Team 4 in the division. Next up we have Jeshi with his Purple Blurple. Jeshi is very, very happy to talk about Purple Stoof all the time, so I'm glad he can finally play with some Purple Stoof in the Blood Bowl game. He's gone for an interesting setup actually, and I have played this team as a friendly as well. He controlled them very well. I think he's actually one to watch this season actually. I can see him doing really well. even though he claims to be really new to the game. Having a look at the roster, he has 3 rerolls, which is huge for Nurgle, to be honest, and he's opted for 1 Pestigore and 3 Warriors, giving him a chance to have some real wiggle room as the team develops. And these are some of the best names. Actually, he made a copy of this team. I see, I didn't play this actual team. But let's have a look then. So we've got Wall of Kauai, Floofy Cloat Bubblegum, Lord Strawberry Blubble, Floofy Flubber Blubber, Rainbow Bubble Spooble. Oh god, okay. I feel like I'm talking to a child. But okay, Ultimate Jelly Bean, Kawaii Muffin, Booper Bloop, Sugar Floof, Bubbly Blub, and Red Bean Mochi. Oh man, you are such a trip. I love it. Let's have a look at the club then. Fluffy Cloud City. Yeah. All very, very fitting for Nurgle. Exactly what Nurgle wants to be called and what Nurgle want to live in. Bringing light into a world of everlasting darkness. Well done, my friend. That's team number 5. And lastly, we have another Skaven team led by Top Hat, who is in the Gold League, of course. He's a very capable coach. I've never played him though, but I've heard good things about him. And I die. And Paws of Fury. Cool. Not so sure about the green on Nuffle. And the comet seems a bit unfitting because that's more related to humans in this universe, but sure. Let's have a look at the team itself. So, 2 rerolls and Apothecary. He's gone for a similar setup to Chris J actually. So, 2 Storm Vermin, 2 Gutter Runners, 2 Throwers, Rat Ogre, and then Lyman. And no particularly standout names. I think they're mostly taken from... I don't know what they're taken from. And having a look at the club then, it's just called Stadium. Nice. And no sponsor. That's the 6 teams for Division B. Let's have a look then and make a prediction. This is hard in this league actually. There are lots of coaches that are unknown. No, 2 coaches that are unknown and 4 coaches that I do know. All of them capable. I like Top Hat to go up with his Skaven team. I like Chris J as an outside chance, but I think his inexperience with Skaven is going to cost him in at least the early games. Don't know much about these 2 coaches, so they are unknowns to me. Org is very good, but I don't think he's very familiar with Dark Elves, so that's a question. And I have Jeshi as a Dark Horse. I wouldn't be surprised actually if it was Jeshi and Top Hat. That's my call for this division. We'll have a look as the weeks go on to see how Steel is doing them. I'll try and do the same with the Pyramid as well actually. I didn't mention that in the Pyramid video, but I am going to do a quick breakdown of the leaderboards each week if I can find the time. That's Division B. Alright, moving on to Division C, where only 3 teams have accepted and there are 3 waiting to accept. So we have Wood Elf, Norse, Chaos Dwarf, Chaos, Orc. This is actually my division, and I will be running the Prince of Hell. Let's start with that team, I guess. So, Prince of Hell, my team. There is actually a description and an introduction to the team below, and there's a typo in my motto, so I'm glad I'm looking at that. It should say Burn, because they come from Hell. This team are based on some characters from one of my books. There are 3 more characters that I can add to the team that would kind of fit, though I do have all the princes now, and I have 2 of the 4 horsemen, including the guards to one of the major princes, and the devil himself. Prince of Hell, Burn. So, I've gone for a cheerleader, I've gone for 2 team rerolls. Could have gone for a fan factor, may change that before the end, but I'll stick with cheerleader for now. I've gone for Minotaur, 3 warriors, Minotaur, 3 warriors, and all the beastmen. I'm not going into too much detail about teams, so I'm not going to go into too much detail about mine either. Having a look at the club, we are in the arena, which is where all of the demons live. It's part of Hell, where they all have their entertainment, so that's why I've gone for the arena. And I haven't taken a sponsor, let's do that now. Whoops, I've been complaining about people, I haven't done it myself. And I always take Spike Magazine to represent Chris and his fantastic work that he edits every season. So there we go. That's it for Team 1, my team. Having a look at the second team with Dar Physicist, who is new to the ICBBL, but I know him both from Steam in general. I've seen him quite a lot in the Steam forums, and I do know him a little bit from the community as well. He does very good paint jobs on his teams, and he has a dog that is always showing up in our Discord pages. It's a very nice dog, but I don't like dogs, so it's good for everybody else, but I'm a cat person, sorry. So, Dark Physicist, ICBBL. Oh, you've named it ICBBL, but I guess you have a few with these names, and Kill All Men's, with the title Die. By any chance, is this a kill team, Dark Physicist? What have we gone for? We've gone for 4 Chaos Warriors and the Beasts, and they've gone for the same colour scheme as me, so it's going to be very confusing when our two teams do match up, and free team rerolls. Having a look at the club, the Charnel House, so at least you burn people when you're done with them. Fantastic. That's the second team, 2 Chaos in a row in Division C. Then we have Orcs, pretty bashy team, and green Orcs at that. Orcs are always green, but I mean they're wearing green. And we have Ysinde. Oh no. Oh no. Well, we've kind of switched teams though, because I've played Ysinde as Chaos quite a few times, and Orcs are one of my favourite teams, so we're kind of switching roles here, I think. And organic food. Okay, well they are mushrooms, so I'll give you that. And yam. Okay, let's have a look then. We've gone for fairly standard setup here. 1 thrower, 4 Black Orcs, 4 blitzers, 2 linemen. A lot of people opt not to have the thrower, but yeah, that's a pretty standard bashy Orc team. And 3 rerolls. Having a look at the club, we're on the farm. Fair enough. That's team 3. Okay, and then we find some Wood Elves in amongst all the bashy teams we've just looked at. And the coach Scuff, who is also new to the league. I don't know anything about him. I don't even recognise his name, to be honest, so sorry about that, Scuff. And team value 970. He has 3,000 to spend if he wants to. He's gone for 2 War Dancers and then all linemen. Okay. Yep. 1 reroll. He's taken the Appa already, which is going to help him probably in these games, especially the early ones, to stop a War Dancer from dying. Mostly. And yeah, 2 linemen, 2 War Dancers and then all linemen. And we've gone for what kind of names here? Yeah, I don't know, I haven't been paying enough attention to some other names, so I'm not going to think too hard about those ones. And we're in Sundome. Okay, well, Wood Elves are a horrific team. They're horrible when I'm playing as them, they're horrible when anybody else is playing as them. Interestingly, he's taken the same face on every single lineman, it looks like. Let's just check that. Yes, he has. And it's 2 same faces for War Dancers. Okay, that's kind of creepy. Okay, but fine. That's the 4th team in this league. I hope they don't get too murdered. Well, I hope you actually manage to make it out of the round still alive, basically. Good luck with that. Next we have Norse from Gabe Newell, who is a coach I'm also not very familiar with. He's also new to the league, joined pretty late, so I haven't had much chance to talk to him. This isn't a great pack for Norse to be facing off against either, because Norse needs to stand toe-to-toe with these Chaos teams and these Orc teams, and I think they're going to have a rough time with AV7, in the early games at least. So, come for the block, stay for the frenzy. Yep, we're going to be looking for lots of surfing from the Valhallan Brewing Company. With a beer, nice, okay. Right, so we've got 3 team rerolls, no Apothecary yet, and we've named them all different types of beer. Okay, and different types of drink in general. Well, we got Pilsner. At least we've got a Czech beer in there. That's very nice. We've gone for 2 Ulfs, 2 Berserkers, Runner, and then all linemen. Oh, and a thrower. Well done. Okay, at least he has the thrower. Not many people opt for the thrower, but I think he's a piece that is incredibly underrated, actually. So nice to see one here. Hope he doesn't die. And we're in Asgard. Okay. Nice to know. That's Team 5 in Division C. And the last team in Division C, we have Chaos Dwarves with Lucas Kohler, our very own saltiest man on the mountain. He hates Chaos Dwarves, and the community picked Chaos Dwarves for him, so... you mean bastards. I actually opted for Chaos for him, so I'm kind of glad that didn't come in the end, because there would have been 3 Chaos in this division, which would have been way too many. So, Chaos Dwarves, which he hates, and he's even put it as his team motto. I was forced into this, God have mercy on my soul. You don't have a soul, Lucas. You don't have a soul. So, the Flagellant Flailers. We've gone for 2 Bull Centaurs, 4 Chaos Warriors, and 5 hobgoblins. Well, at least he's picked mostly hobgoblins. And Top Hat, prepare to die. Yep, one of the coaches who was very, very proudly announcing that he did indeed vote for this team. And Trips McGraw, not a real dwarf. Helmets are for wearing. Why am I doing this? I ran out of names. Good. Prayers of a good time, prayers of catching, prayers of sweet death, prayers of a god, and hopes of winning a game. I've never had a game that wasn't absolutely fantastic with Lucas Kohler. I'm looking forward to playing him again. He's just great. I'm hoping to get a couple of games up soon, actually. And he's also gone for mostly the same faces, which is really creepy. Please don't do that, coaches. It's really weird. 3 team murals, 1 apothecary. He's taken the apothecary already. Even though he hates these pieces, he doesn't want them to die. And the Wheel of Pain. Yep, that's exactly how he feels in this predicament at the moment, I'm sure. Right, having a look at the team then, that they're going to be in 2 different parts. I'm going to flip between them. Predictions. To be honest, as Chaos, I'm not too unhappy with this setup. Orcs are going to be hard to play. Well, they're all going to be hard to play, but I mean, to be honest, I feel quite confident against the opposition here. There's only really one coach that I'm particularly familiar with, and that was Lucas, and we've had mostly even matches so far. Wood Elves are obviously worrying, they can do a lot of damage. I'll put Wood Elves as one of the top to get out of this league, but they have to survive the matches, that's the problem. I'd have Norse as an outside chance, and then maybe the Orcs as the other option. I think our game actually is going to be quite determinant, and it's to see which of our teams develop more throughout the league to see if we get anywhere, myself and our physicist. Though I do wish everybody luck in this league, and if you want to add me on Steam, etc., if you are in this league, then please do so to make gaming easier. Good luck, guys. Alright, and finally Division D, we still have 2 teams that haven't accepted their tickets here. Please, coaches, I've managed to get this video out, so please accept your tickets as quickly as possible. What have we got then? We got Bretonnian, Skaven, and then Dark Elf, Necromantic, Wood Elf, and Necromantic again. So, this is the Agi group. Good luck, Necromantic, you're going to struggle in this group, as you have to face all the Ag, and the Bretonnians, well, the Bretonnians are somewhere in between. Let's have a look at team number 1 then. Nightmare on Elf Street with Anders. I know it's his 2nd season, for certain, but I haven't had any experience with him. He did play Khemri last season. I don't think he managed to make it out of the round robin, but Khemri are not much of a team to look at in that regard anyway. Your worst fears just came true. Yep, Dark Elves are wearing white. It's kind of jarring looking at it, but fair enough. I actually quite like it, especially on the Witch Elf. It looks very nice, but I don't know. I find it very weird looking at white Dark Elves. It's an oxymoron. We have 1 team mural, 1 apothecary, and we have all horror characters as the pieces. Alright. That's fair enough. That's a strange face for Hannibal Lecter, though he does look a little bit like the TV show version. Aha, Miles Mickelson, I see. Mickelson, Jesus. So we have a Witch Elf, we have Blitzers, 2 of them, we have the Assassin, finally, and we have a Runner, and then all linemen. Strange choices for Dark Elves this season so far, but I like this lineup better than the last lineup. It's got a little bit more flavour to it. Yeah. Having a look at the club then, L Street, fair enough. That's the first team for Division D. Next up, the first of the 2 Necromantic teams, and we've got Undo going for Necromantic as well this season. Okay. I can see Undo being a good Necromantic coach, actually, so this is going to be a team to watch, probably. And slightly salty losers. I don't know if you meant to go for losers there, but slightly salty losers, okay. And 2 whites, 1 werewolf, and a ghoul. Why didn't you take 2 werewolves? Oy, okay. Let's have a look. 3 team murals, right. Werewolf, 2 golems, 2 whites, zombie, 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 and Useless Thing, also known as Useless Thing. So we've gone for names that I can't really see anything there, so we're going to just move on, because the coaches can comment below if they want to tell us about why they name the teams the way they do, but sorry, I can't see it. And right there, Lane. Okay, it's right there. How did you miss it? That's Team 2 in Division D. Second Wood Elf team in the league altogether, led by Rylock and Rylock, or Rylock. I really need to ask you how to say your name. Please tell me how to say your name. Because otherwise I'm going to start reverting to your real name, and I don't want to do that. Rylock is of course one of the admins, and he is the winner of last season's Silver, so it's going to be interesting seeing what he does in Steel. And he has Wood Elves, so this team is terrifying already. Just looking at them, I'm terrified. I hope that either I or they don't make it to the playoffs, or if they do, I face them at the final, not before. And, oh, we're coming for them, and touching your balls. Yep. Righto then, we've gone for 2 team rolls, team re-rolls. That's a better design than I usually go for. I don't usually go for, I don't play Wood Elves, but still. So, 2 Wood Elves, and they're all related to names of things you do in game. So, rolling your ones. Oh no, that piece is gonna die. Bloody in your pitch, bruising your fists, catching your runner. I like it. Spending your rerolls, catching your pass, dodging your blocks, screening your men, leaping your line, and diving your cage. Alright. Alright indeed. And we've gone for different faces this time, so slightly less terrifying to look at the elves. And no sponsor, but we've got Touchdown Central. Well, that's ambitious, but okay, that's fine. So there's Rylock in 3rd position in Division D. On to the second necromantic team, and as I've named him many times before, who I think is the best coach in the ICBBL League, hands down, Andy ZZ, or Andy's. I should really ask you how to say your name too, and we have the team DONZ. Okay. Let's have a look at the makeup then. We got 2 team murals, and we got 2 werewolves, 2 golems, lots of zombies, and 2 whites. No ghouls. Well done. Stop using ghouls, people, they're awful. I'd rather have skeletons than ghouls. And yeah, not gonna try and figure out the name system, so let's just move on to the club. It's called Period. Full stop. Or just simply pause. Well, cool. That's Team 4 in Division D. Right, Skaven. Yeah, I was singing along to the theme tune, don't judge me too hardly. And we've got something spelt wrong. If you can give me a better way of saying your name, then I will take it. But until then, I'm afraid you're something spelt wrong. And Cheese It with the Cheese Demons. And Pink. Lovely, lovely Pink. I've played this team in a friendly. It is in the videos below if you want to see something in action. It sounds really weird saying your name in sentences, but there we go. Let's have a look what we got then. So, 1 reroll, 1 Apo. He's taking the Apo ready again. We got Rat Ogre, 2 Vermins, all 4 Gutter Runners, Thrower, and Lineman. Yeah, this is the expensive setup. Yeah, maybe you could drop a Gutter Runner and take a 2nd reroll instead, but it's up to you. And we've gone for cheese and different types of bread for the lineman, and Antonelli's, I guess, is some kind of restaurant or something, maybe. Yeah. Okay. Right, and the club. We've got Mousetrap. Nice name. Nice name. Yeah, cool. That's Team 5 in Division D. 1 more to go. Lastly then, we've got some Brave Soul playing Bretonians. Another one of our new coaches, Ringle Finch. I remember him joining the league. I remember talking to him a little bit, but I don't remember much beyond that. There are quite a lot of people in the league, so I'm trying not to be rude by saying that I don't remember people, but there are way too many of you, and I am a moderator, so everybody talks to me. So if you don't talk to me much, there's not a good chance I'm remembering you. It's nothing personal. So, Clear and Peasant Danger. Nice name. And nice colour scheme. What have we got then? We've got 2 team rerolls, and we've got... Okay, Count Ulrich the 29th. Alright, and lots of nice little names for the lineman. We've only got 2 blockers, that's interesting, but okay, that's fine. We've gone for a bench instead, I see. You've got a chance to foul, I guess, actually. Or maybe you're not a fouler, I don't know. Maybe I'm judging you too harshly, but maybe you're a fouler. And if you are, then you'd be the 2nd peasant fouler, so that's fine. It's what Bretonians do, basically. Yep, and having a look at the club, then we've got Bumpkin Bowl. Okay, Right, yeah, I see. Right, that's it for Division D. So let's have a look at the teams again. Then we got Skaven, Bretonnian, Dark Elf, Necromantic, Wood Elf, Necromantic. Okay, who do I like going up? I think Rylock is a shoo-in, to be fair. I'm going to say it now. I see Rylock getting to the final with this setup at the moment. And second team going up, that's a little bit harder. I quite like Undo, actually, with his Necromantic. And then there are a couple of unknowns. Something spelt wrong. Maybe if he gets some good games against the high-level coaches. And, well, it's going to have to be Andy's. That was Andy's team, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I think it's going to be one of the Necromantic teams and Rylock going up, even though I said Necros are going to struggle, having seen the coaches that are running them. Yeah, I think these three teams are going to be the top three, basically. And I say one Necro, sorry Undo, but most likely Andy, against Wood Elf Rylock. That will be the two that go up from this division, I think. They're my predictions for all of the league. So, Steel kicks off basically as soon as everybody's ready and all the tickets have been accepted. So if you are one of the 6 coaches that haven't accepted, I have just named and shamed you for the whole community to see. Don't badger them, guys. Give them a chance to, sort things out that they have to sort out. But at the same time, if you are one of the ones that haven't yet accepted their ticket, please do so as soon as possible so we can get things rolling. Thanks for watching, coaches. Good luck to everybody in the Steel League, and I look forward to seeing you in the round robin or in the playoff if I manage to make it there and you manage to make it there. Good luck, have fun, and may Nuffle tickle you until you scream and cry. Bye bye, guys.